and welcome back to my channel, as well as to the Tanares RPG Kickstarter series, where I am unboxing all of the published items I have received thus far as part of this Kickstarter. In this video, we are now going to start looking at those rewards that are unique to the Tanares RPG Kickstarter itself. We're going to start off with the 2 premium miniatures that were part of the Day 1 reward, as well as one of the stretch goals. So the Gold Dragon here was part of the Day 1 reward. You could either get it painted or unpainted. And this was a stretch goal that was rewarded as part of achieving a total, I think, balance of like over $2 million raised, something like that. The first miniature that we are going to look at is the reward given for free to those backers who contributed to the Kickstarter during the first day of the campaign. It was also a selectable add-on for purchase if you did not get a chance to contribute to the Kickstarter during the first 24 hours. The miniature is a gold dragon called Isendden, and there was an option to select a painted or an unpainted version of this miniature, which once again I've gone for the unpainted version of both of these for the reasons that I've already stated in the introduction video of this series. This box contains the miniature, a boss pad, and the attack cards that relate and can be used to handle Isendden's attacks during a game. And I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Isendden, maybe? I don't know. Next up is going to be Dread, the First Ungod, and it is a named creature of the Tarasque species, and it is a monstrosity class creature. As a result, this miniature has been created to reflect a gargantuan-based creature, even though the box is slightly smaller in size, as you can see in comparison, than that of the dragon that we just looked at, or will be looking at shortly. And its stature is also set up to reflect that size. It's actually quite compact for a gargantuan creature, I suspect, just based on the size of the box. However, it does line up fairly closely with other gargantuan-based D&D miniatures that I own, so it should fit in quite well. And this is a Tarasque-based creature, which is something that is also something that exists inside of the D&D genre, so you should be able to use this. This one just happens to be a named version of that creature. The one thing that I should point out about this miniature, and you will see this once the box is open, is that it does not come with a boss pad or a set of attack cards, and that's reflected by the stats or information box on the back here, unlike Isendden, which does come with a boss pad. I actually don't know if this boss pad is included in anything else. It might be coming later with the RPG series. I honestly don't know. So let's go ahead and open these up. I'm just going to set that one aside for the time being. Pop this open. And we can see here that we have the boss pad for the Gold Dragon. Quite a bit of detail there, as well as information cards and attack cards for the things that he can do. And a Gold Dragon is typically of good alignment, so Holy Gift makes sense with respect to that. On top of that, this looks to be something that comes completely separate with respect to the actual dragon's configuration. I actually don't know how this is supposed to go together, but I suspect maybe something along these lines. There's a support thing here, which I don't see how it locks into this particular pad here. Maybe here. So that might slide into there, and then this is meant to lock together to show that the blast, if you will, is coming out of the dragon's mouth with respect to what's going on. And you can see the indentation on my finger here. These things are actually quite pointy and sharp. So yeah, this is the support pad here that will lock into this. So you got to find a way to finagle that into there and then lock this into place to be able to hold the creature in place. And then it's good that it's separate though, because you'll be able to take this and paint this separately, although I have no idea how to properly paint something like this to make it look like fire. I do believe Gold Dragons breathe fire. It's been a while since I've had to look. And then painting this is going to be fairly straightforward, but you're going to want to make sure that there's little different shades of gold on here for the different shadows that you're going to be able to represent. And there is a lot of texture here on the wings that will allow you to be able to do that with respect to proper shading and shadowing and stuff like that. So there is a lot of detail on this creature. And it's obviously flying based on the fact that the wings are stretched out, and generally that being a downward blast is kind of cool. Lots of ridges, so shadows are going to come through on this really, really nice. I'm going to go ahead and put this away and then figure out how to assemble that later. Or maybe I'll do a video of, hey, this is how you assemble this at some point in the future. Oh, all right, so there is a specific way that this goes in, and there. Oh, put all these things back in. These can probably be stored with the adventures or with the base arena contest game. There's room in those for that. Now for the Tarasque, or Dread the First Ungod. It's kind of an ominous name for him, or her, or it. So, cardboard wrapper just covers it up, keeps it protected. And once again, this is a figurine that has a lot of sharp points that come off of this. Painting those is going to be interesting. And let's see, can I get this? There we go. Oh my, so it's got a detailed flat pad. It is numbered. This is M210. Doesn't have the name on it, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. We are supposed to know who this is. And there is a lot of detail and quite a bit of an open mouth there that's going to be tough to paint, I think. But some damage here. This looks like a wall. So this is meant to... I think this is slightly out of scale because I don't know anyone short of the dwarvish and halfling and the smaller type of creatures within D&D that would be able to go through this particular door. And the figurines that I know of are probably just a little bit taller from a medium point of view. So that's going to be interesting to deal with. And some pillars of flame there. This could be interesting to try to paint some of the under detail with all the tight crevices and whatnot as well. So yeah, this is going to be fun. It's got a fair amount of weight to it as well. It is, once again, the same kind of material and plastic that I think they've used for the other stuff, but it's solid. It's solid all the way through. So there's a ton of weight in this thing. It's probably a good pound. Well, I wouldn't say a pound, but not far off. Now, trying to get that back in here is going to be interesting. So lower point is that. There. So just be sure when you put it in that the tail goes into the curly portion, and then these go into that part that's partially open. And the whole thing just slips right in. But as you can see, there is no boss pad included with this box. For this particular creature, I'm hoping it's going to come later on as part of the rest of the RPG Kickstarter elements, but I'm unsure at this time if that's going to be the case or not. And there's a little bit of detail here, and you can see right on the box that it literally just has one figure in it. But that's kind of cool. And you've got a good representation of what they're supposed to look like once painted up. Although, it's your creature. You can paint it however you want it at this point. But that is both of the premium figurines that came with the RPG Kickstarter. Hope you found those fun to look at, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.